day 15 of the video blog and also the first Monday of 2020. And I've had a lot of highs in the last few days, like 4 days in a row of just feeling really great. And so today was a little lower. And so I'm trying to process that because it's like, you know, I don't want to beat myself up when I have a lower day. But at the same time, you really hope those highs are here to stay and like that it'll come back and that, you know, I'll know how to manage my way through them to keep those coming. And it's kind of, I guess, part of the process, but also kind of mysterious how to, like, you don't want to try to recreate the peaks. That's something I have gotten myself in trouble with before. Dating all the way back to just my years of alcohol abuse is like this idea of like going out of my way to recreate the peaks. And so I'm susceptible to that still. So, and you can do that a lot of ways, like just thinking compulsively about a thought that kind of gives a jolt or is somehow exciting or something. Like even just thinking compulsively about it is one way that I've noticed myself doing this over time. But certainly caffeine, you know, just getting that peak from, you know, when you first have that few drinks of a strong coffee or something, you know, like that, and then you notice it doesn't come back, like you did it all for that, like 5-second rev up. I mean, it's kind of interesting when you see it that way. So I've had peaks the last 4 days or more elevated experiences, and today a little less so. It was a less easy to find that inspiration and that wave of energy and excitement that I had been utilizing the last few days. So I also know, because I have worked on recovering from depression, that one of the factors in creating the state of depression for me has been being too hard on myself. So, you know, when I'm in a lower state, really clamping down even more on myself, saying, you know, what's wrong, when it's going to be better, I don't like this, and that really exasperates it. So today I was very careful to just let it be what it was and trust that there was something happening behind the scenes, that, you know, I did a lot of heavy lifting in terms of, not literally, like spiritual and mental work over the last few days. And so I think today was assimilating some of that. At least that's what I told myself, and that makes me at least accept it for the time being. So I can really feel that my getting more connected to my sense of purpose and my sense of passion is really kind of the call of the times, because I'll just explain it this way. When I was at the acupuncturist today, you know how acupuncture deals with traditional Chinese medicine a lot. So the practitioners will know of acupuncture will know about Chinese medicine, which is something I really value. And so I was talking to him about my low energy in the morning. So Chinese medicine, my only point about that is it's a different approach to health and wellness than Western medicine, kind of what we're used to. So there's kind of a different set of symptoms they look at and characteristics and the interplay between them. And so you can get some really important insights through the traditional Chinese medicine way of categorizing things. So I had some I was talking to him about, and one was just being slow to wake up in the morning. Like I have more energy as the day goes on, and I've seen that attributed to adrenal fatigue, but it's not adrenal fatigue, because I know what that feels like, and this isn't that. And so basically what happens is in the morning I am just extra tired, very slow, my brain does not turn on for a while. I don't feel balanced or stable till I've eaten enough, which I don't have a high appetite, so it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't, I don't even feel like I get going till 10, 11, 12. I mean, I'll do things, but it's more meditative. It's very quiet. It's more like calming and centering myself. And so it's like, this isn't really, I want to have more energy earlier in the day, please. What will that take? And so reflecting on these slow mornings, I mentioned it to him at the very end. I said, so tell me about what slow mornings, like slow to start, tired in the morning, like tell me how that fits in. And then as I was explaining to him, I said, or it could just be a spiritual thing. And what I meant was that, my spirit is keeping it slow in the morning to make sure I connect, like to make sure that I get that meditative time in, like that's just maybe the best time for me to be quiet and be reflective. And if it takes a few hours, then that's part of my job, really. I mean, that's the work that I do, is help teach others the value of meditation and awareness and emotional regulation and energy management and stuff like that. And so maybe that's just how it's perfectly okay to start slow. Well, when I mentioned that maybe it's spiritual to him, he said, that's really profound that you said that, because it seems to me if you're not aligned with a strong sense of purpose, then every morning you're kind of wake up a little bit unsure about who you are and what you're up to. And it takes some time to get your footing for the day when you don't have a strong sense of that groundedness and momentum around your purpose. This guy knows nothing about my personal life, like let alone my professional life. I had just met him. It was our first session. We were talking about my health history, but not the spiritual side, and certainly nothing about, very little. And he just described what it felt like, which is basically every morning I have to introduce myself, to what I'm doing, because that's just the phase that I'm in. So it's totally fine. I'm just touched by that sense of awareness around that. So as I continue to get more connected in a long-term way, like enduring way with my purpose, I think that my ability to jump up out of bed in the morning and hit the ground running will be greatly improved. So let me just for 1 second. No, I'll save that for another time. Okay, I knew there was something else big I was working on, so I just wanted to feel out what that was to see if I wanted to share it, but I'd rather just end this here. So see you for day 16 tomorrow.